Have you ever, confidently dropped a famous quote into a conversation and then later you realize you completely made up the source?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right. Well, today we are deep diving into these study notes you shared with us on Ezekiel 33. And the mission here is to debunk what honestly might be the most universally believed fake Bible quote of all time.
Yeah, it is a pretty jarring realization when you look into it, because you try to trace the phrase, hate the sin but do not hate the sinner, back to its origins, and you just don't find it in the Bible.
Wait, it's nowhere in there.
Nowhere at all.
Yeah.
You actually end up in the 5th century with Augustine of Hippo. He wrote something closer to, with love for people and hatred for vices.
Okay, so a slightly different flavor.
Exactly. And then it jumps all the way to Mahatma Gandhi's autobiography, where he presents it as this already established moral teaching.
I mean, looking at your notes, I got theological whiplash right away. It's like a massive theological Mandela effect.
It really is.
You could ask 100 people, and 99 would swear it's in the scriptures. So if it isn't scriptural, why has the Christian community so fully adopted it as biblical fact?
Well, I think it resonated so deeply because it mirrors an actual underlying theme in the text.
Yeah.
Like, the scripture says God hates wickedness, but he takes no pleasure in the death of sinners.
Right, he wants them to change.
Yeah, he actually desires them to turn from their ways and live.
So if the biblical focus isn't on separating the sin from the sinner, then how does God actually handle a sinner's ledger? Because looking at the Ezekiel 33 text, the mechanism of this forgiveness is, well, it's intense.
Intense is a very good word for it.
Like, the core rule is that past righteousness won't save a person if they suddenly pivot to injustice.
Right, it's basically a zero-sum game. And it swings both ways, so past wickedness is entirely forgotten if a person turns back. But the text is highly specific on the how, though.
Right, you can't just apologize and move on.
Exactly. It requires tangible restitution. You have to literally return the robbed goods and actively do what is right.
So it's kind of like a moral credit score. I mean, if you have 10 years of perfect credit, but you suddenly decide to default on all your loans today, the bank does not care about your past. They're foreclosing.
That is a great way to look at it. And on the flip side of that analogy, if you have a terrible score, you can actively repair it by starting to pay your debts and making things right.
Wow.
Yeah, the slate gets wiped instantly. The text literally says, none of the sins that he has committed shall be remembered against him.
That's wild. It's just an instant reset button based entirely on your present actions.
Totally.
But I have to admit, doesn't that feel, I don't know, deeply unfair?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, if I've been a model citizen my whole life and I mess up once, I'm done. But the town villain can just say, my bad, return the stolen TV, and he's golden.
Well, you're not alone in thinking that. The Israelites in the text had the exact same reaction. They actually cried out, the way of the Lord is not just.
Okay, so they were mad about it too.
Very mad, because this immediate slate wiping deeply violates our human sense of proportional fairness.
Yeah, isn't it fundamental human nature to demand strict, permanent justice for other people's mistakes? But then we expect, a lifetime achievement award for our own past good deeds.
You hit the nail on the head. And God counters their outrage by pointing out that it is actually their ways that are unjust.
Oh, plot twist.
Right. The reflection in the sources you provided urges a flip of our natural instinct. So instead of condemning others as hopeless, the call is to examine our own current behavior first and gently help others find life.
I love that. A misattributed quote actually leads us to a profound lesson on immediate accountability. We can't rely on yesterday's good behavior to justify today's bad habits.
Exactly. And we have to recognize that anyone can pivot at any moment.
Yeah.
We've talked about applying this to our personal behavior and how we view the people immediately around us, but think about this on a broader scale.
Right, what if we actually adopted Ezekiel's instant slate-wiping policy across society today? How would an immediate, present action-only metric completely upend our modern justice system? Or, the absolute permanence of internet cancel culture? Something to think about next time you check your own moral credit score.